and welcome to the 53rd edition of Marex Maritime News.
Around 20,000 delegates will participate, 24 partner countries will join in, and more than 400 projects are to be showcased in the second edition of the Maritime India Summit MIS 2021, to be held virtually from 2nd March to the 4th of March. Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi will inaugurate the summit. The event is being organized by the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways jointly with FICCI as industrial partner and EY as knowledge partner. Addressing a curtain-raiser press conference today at the National Media Centre, Union Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways Shri Mansukh Mandavia said that this Maritime India Summit is going to provide a powerful platform for international collaboration and bring in partner countries for mutual exchange of knowledge and opportunities.
These are the headlines on Monday, 15 February 2021. Parliament passes Major Port Authorities Bill 2020. Global shipping turmoil expected to normalize by mid-year. Bohai Bay, now world's most populated anchorage. Artificial intelligence to improve the efficiency of ship operations. Funding of Indian flagships remains a huge challenge. The Indian Parliament has passed the Major Port Authorities Bill 2020 on 10th of February, with a view to promote the expansion of port infrastructure and facilitate trade and commerce. Mr. Mansukh Mandavia, Minister of State Independent Charge for Ports, Shipping and Waterways, moved the bill in the Rajya Sabha, and the Parliament passed the Major Port Authorities Bill 2020. The bill will now go to the President of India for his assent. According to world's largest container carrier, trade disruptions that have sent freight rates soaring and overwhelmed major ports may start to ease after the first quarter, disappointing the investors perhaps, but signaling eventual relief for cargo shippers. While there has been some reports suggesting that China will now allow more Australian coal cargoes to dock, mapping data from marine traffic shows Bohai Bay on the northeast coast of China is now world's most populated ship anchorage. Bohai Bay terminals are where most coal carriers have been held up in the recent months. The problem exacerbated in the recent weeks with growing box ship congestion being recorded at many terminals across the People's Republic.
China and shipping are synonymous, for good or bad. Shipping rates fall like ninepence as soon as China decides to reduce shipment or vice versa. The humongous appetite for raw material, call it for oil or dry bulk, China drives the market. World came to standstill in 2020 due to coronavirus infected millions allegedly started from Wuhan. America was the first country to openly put the blame on China for not disclosing the virus, which resulted in world lockdown, economic slowdown and deaths. Australia too called for investigation into origin of coronavirus outbreak. Australia also questioned China on military buildup in South China Sea and Pacific region. China has then retaliated to Australian stand by sharing utterly shameful and repugnant images of Australian soldiers. They imposed duty of over 200% on Australian wines and 80% on barley, bringing the Australian wine industries to the knees. Restrictions have been placed over import of coal, timber, cotton and red meat. China imports almost 1 million tons of cotton from Australia. China has threatened to put restriction on students taking admission to Aussie colleges and Chinese tourists visiting Australia. Australians' two-way trade with China is about $252 million. Of this, the major trade is of iron ore and coal, while China still continues to import ore with no restriction, but Beijing has given verbal instruction to state power and steel mills to restrict import of coal. It is these coal vessels which are loaded. Prior such orders were given are now anchored at Bohai Bay waiting for discharge of cargo. Ships are anchored since June 2020, waiting for the orders to berth. We know of the Great Eastern vessel, where the crew was held up on board, and after involvement of government and other international authorities, that the vessel was diverted to Japan and carry out crew change. How long this standoff will continue? It's difficult to comment, only time will tell. Container vessels are also encountering delays and congestion due to pre-New Year cargo's rush. In anticipation of laborers returning home for New Year celebration, the factories increased their production ahead of schedule, leading to severe congestion in ports. Ports are almost 90% full with containers. On an average, the container vessels are getting delayed by almost 3 days. This will, of course, get eased off in days to come.
Indian Maritime University, a central university under Ministry of Shipping, Government of India, offering various UG and PG courses in the maritime sector, UG programs in marine engineering, nautical science and naval architecture, PG and research programs in naval architecture, marine engineering and management. Campuses located in Chennai, Visakhapatnam, Kolkata, Mumbai and Kochi. For admissions and program details, please visit www.imu.edu.in.
Japan's Mitsui O.S.K. Lines has announced that it is expanding its efforts with artificial intelligence to achieve greater efficiency with ship routing, which will also contribute to lower emissions from their ships. Building on a partnership that began in 2019, MOL is working with Bearing, a Silicon Valley-based AI technology startup, to improve efficiencies within the maritime industry. In the recent budget announcement, the Indian government had taken some key initiatives to promote a self-reliant India in shipping. But the financing of ships registered under the Indian flag remains a challenge. Nothing exemplifies this challenge better than a recent time charter deal involving the Aditya Birla Group company, Ultratech Cement, and Global United Shipping India Private Limited for transporting cement from Pipavav in Gujarat to Sri Lanka for 15 years, using a newly built 22,000 deadweight ton cement carrier. India flagged an Indian-owned ship arrived in India last month. None of the Indian banks and financial institutions financed the purchase of the ship, despite having a 15-year contract with one of the reputed Indian business groups. Finally, Global United had to arrange money from overseas to finance the construction of the vessel. A source familiar with the issue informed. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you for watching. See you on next Monday.